Hello and welcome to a new instalment of my vlog. My name is Kat and this is a place where I talk about cross stitch, and I've just started about half an hour ago with this little house with its mushrooms and its leaves for November. I decided to start this because even though I said at the end of my last vlog that I would be starting Amazing Animal Kingdom again, turns out my phone had completely died during... I don't stitch on this phone that I'm filming with, I stitch on an older phone and it's not connected to the internet, and it had unfortunately run out of battery, so I've popped that on charge, and in the meantime I'll be stitching this beautiful November house from, I believe it's the World of Cross Stitching. So this is how far I got in half an hour. I've done the tree and I've started on the house, and yeah, see how far we get. I'm going to be switching out the colours of the leaves here with that variegated thread that I bought secondhand that no one really knows where it came from, and it's sort of an orangey greeny kind of a colour, and I used it previously for a leaf on the October calendar piece as well, so hopefully it will look good. Who knows. So here we are. It is Monday night. I have been to see the doctor. There is nothing fundamentally wrong with me, but if it comes back I have to go back. So a bit of a waste of my time, but I've been, and that took pretty much all of my non-working day. And then I obviously worked a little bit extra to compensate, and then it was the partner's birthday, so I gave them their birthday present, and then I got just a tiny bit of stitching in about an hour. It was the Artisy sale, or it is the Artisy sale, so you should go and buy patterns, but I bought quite a few. I'll pop them in here. So I bought some pansies, a tiger, some wolves, some orcas, some koi fish. I'm missing one. Mini pansies, oh, and a mini fox, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've seen it stitched on Facebook. So I think those minis will only take about a month of like dedicated stitching time, which is about the same as a golden petite from Dimensions, so I didn't feel too bad about buying them. But the orcas and the orcas and the koi fish I bought big. So we'll see when I get to start those. I do actually have the budget to start a medium or even a large cross-stitch piece, but I feel like none of the ones I have at the moment are even close to a finish, and I really want to have a finish. So yeah, probably not going to start anything new for a little bit at least. Even though I'm craving it so bad. I did finish that big one last month, so. But anyway, the goal for autumn is to get up again to the zebra's mouth. So up this column here. And we are only going to meet that if I do 310 stitches a day in October. I could still reach it in November and it would still be on target to reach the goal. But in November I want to work on another hide. So we'll see what I do here. But I do kind of want to see that deer's face appear, so I'll do my best. I haven't really been feeling this piece as much lately. It does look gorgeous though, so I should probably get on it. I think I'm just craving a finish, like I said, and obviously this piece is nowhere near, so my brain just doesn't want to work on it. We're actually doing a little bit of house rearranging, so we've moved all of the whips except for Unicorn Valley, the big endless orange skies, into this box here, into my trolley, which looks really good. It does look a little bit full. It is a little bit full. I think if I finish one more piece, it will no longer look as full as it does. We'll see about that though, because as I said before, they're all quite big pieces. And obviously I have to finish kind of a medium-sized piece to free up that space. But if that was freed up, then obviously Amazing Animal Kingdom and Endless Orange Skies are the only pieces who aren't in the box. Which is really nice. So I think I'd like to get it down so that I can have everything in the box. So finish 2 medium pieces, I guess. Or maybe 3. The one that I should finish is Slytherin, because that has Packer organisers, as does Endless Orange Sky. And those are bulky and they take up quite a lot of room in the box. So to finish that would save quite a lot of space, but we'll see. You've seen my thread collection before. So in the baggies is every thread I've used or had in stash when I began Amazing Animal Kingdom. And everything in the middle is, well, the top bag is I haven't used yet, colours I haven't used. And this one is duplicate threads. So at least my DMC stash will grow substantially when I do finish this piece. Because I'll be freeing all of those duplicates up to go back into the stash. But no, I'm enjoying it still. I think I just haven't really been in the mood to stitch. I mean, I stitched when I got home today, but not when I got home, when I finished work and we finished celebrating my partner's birthday. Then I stitched. But it wasn't good stitching. I made a lot of mistakes because obviously my brain was a bit frazzled. So I shouldn't have stitched really. But I felt like I had to get some progress in on this because it's been a long time. So it would be nice to see some progress on this, and then I can work on something else next month with a clear conscience. So it is Tuesday night and this is how far I got. I did about 300 stitches and then I was just done. They were really a struggle. It was here, it was the end of this section, this sort of bright green and then all of this dark green, and now I'm onto the wood. There's, like I said, only 3 colours left and I finished this column, which should really be my goal, but it's not going to be. I need to stitch something else. I have the most passionate urge to start something new. I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try and finish what I have going on. Oh my god, the urge to start Mill Hill and also to spend all of my money on Mill Hill is so strong. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my perforated calendar, and if I finish that and finish this row, then maybe I'll just start Mill Hill. But then I have to decide what to start, spring, summer, autumn or winter. Do I start a big one or a small one or a medium-sized one? Or endless decisions of a cross-stitchery. So this is Wednesday night. I was so tired after work that I just curled up in bed. But my dad needed some help with the internet, so I had to get up again. And then after that I did some stitching. So I managed to finish off this column here and start on this one. I got about 300 stitches and then I swapped over to my beautiful, simple 14 count November calendar piece. So as you can see, I've colour completed all of the non-leaves, and if you remember, I'll be using a beautiful variegated wool for the leaves, which I did in October and quite liked, so I'm going to try it again here on this one. And yeah, hopefully I can get finished tonight. I'm not really sure because it's almost 10:30 and I am exhausted, so we'll see. We shall see, but you'll see tomorrow. Woohoo! It is now 11 o'clock, so it's definitely time for bed, and I've just put the last stitch in and I love it. I think it looks amazing. I love those leaves. They're not as bright, especially, the red isn't as bright, but it looks so full. And I tried to match, get the orange for the orange and the red leaves and then get mostly green for the green, which I think worked out really well. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy that I made the choice to use this, whatever this is. And another finish. Very small one though. I was thinking about starting this. This is a kit from a Russian company. It's a brooch. I'm still thinking about it, to be honest. I think it looks really fun. But I do have some Mill Hill kits for Christmas as well that are calling to me. So it might be a Mill Hill kit. We'll see. I'm not going to start anything until I really, really want to start that one particular thing rather than just start something. I've got plenty of projects that I can make some progress with, so yeah. So I had some comments on Instagram asking why I'm not using my Velke Potoky stand. So I've been complaining that I want to have 2 pieces in the stands. I want to have Amazing Animal Kingdom in my Lowry, and then, something smaller or one of the Dimensions kits in this, and completely useless. So it just sort of turns by itself. Completely by itself while I'm stitching, it will just rotate. I reached out to them a couple of months ago and said, you know, this is completely useless. It doesn't hold my stitching, essentially. Your stitching just whoop by itself. And they told me they were going to make a video describing how to tighten it. But until they come out with that video, this is useless. This is nothing. So I'm going to dust it because, as you can see, I can't use it, so it's going to get very dusty. And then I guess try it again and see if age has stiffened the joints of it enough that it's usable. I don't know. I'm very disappointed by it, to be honest. Luckily, I got the Lowry at the same time, and I could just use the Lowry instead, which was very lucky. But yeah, this is why. So this is Editing Cat. I just wanted to pop in and say that I actually contacted Velke Potoky in end of May, to say that, you know, the stand wasn't working. We were preparing to go on little trips and I couldn't use the stand. And if you could tell me how to fix it, that would be great. And he replied and said, like, oh, just send me a picture, we can tell you how to adjust it. I sent him a picture and he said, oh, we don't know how to adjust this yet, we'll make like a video for you. And I said, okay, fair enough. And I heard nothing back. So I emailed him again, I think on the 1st of June. And he said, don't worry, we're working on your video, we'll get it to you shortly. Kind of like, stop bothering us. But it's now the end of October. It's Halloween, happy Halloween. But that is, you know, I just wanted to like clarify that I'm not just complaining on the internet. I did actually reach out to Velke Potoky, and whoever is in charge of their email said that they would get me instructions back in June. Actually back in May. And yeah, still have a useless stand, So as you know, I have been itching to start something. So this is my shortlist. I wanted something smallish, so small or medium. I was thinking maybe the Santa Claus, the snow, or the jam. I don't know, they're all... Essentially, this is my thought process. I want something autumny or Christmassy. Or wintry. Preferably a Mill Hill. But I really do like Elisa as well, so they're here too. Probably not one of the summer or spring ones. Maybe the spring one should all go away. Even though they're gorgeous colours. This one with all the glare is a hedgehog. And then over here we've got the dimensions banners. Anyway, the long story short is that I can't make decisions, but this is maybe helping my start itch, maybe. I'm not sure what like goal I should accomplish to start something. I could just start something, you know. I don't need to accomplish a goal to start something. I could just do it. I could just strike out on a limb. But I probably will wait until I accomplish something. I don't know, I find it really hard to reward myself with new starts when I don't feel worthy. This is a permit kit. And it's like 80% metallics. Fairly sure it'll be quite quick to stitch up, even though it is all metallics, because I just think it will be quite quick. And then I can send it to my dad or someone as a Christmas card. But I still haven't made my dad his heart card, so who knows if I will ever do that. I think maybe I was thinking one of these earlier. Maybe this one. I'm hungry. This is not a good time to realise it, because this is the bed into which I need to sleep soon, and it's covered in cross stitch, but I am actually quite hungry, so maybe I should do that. I think this is getting ejected from the list purely because I'm working on 2 lighthouses already, and at some point there needs to be a definitive maximum number of lighthouses one can work on at the same time. I'm not working on a single Santa Claus. I don't like that the red bird kind of blends into him, but maybe it's better when it's stitched. Whereas this one, the red bird's very distinct. I don't know. Look. I can't be expected to make decisions. Look at this little owl. Look at cuties. Oh, I'm a cute little owl. Oh, it's dark. And then here's Santa Claus with all those presents. And I really like this one as well. Okay, the short story is I only buy cross stitch that I like, and I own a lot of cross stitch. So I'm not really sure how to solve this. Maybe I'll just put all of them in the next up pile. Never start anything again, that's probably what I'll do. Seems likely. Good morning! Look at that sun. It is 8 a.m, 8:15 on a Friday. And there is autumn in Sweden for you. Some trees have already given up the ghost and some are struggling on. And I'm just coming back from the police station where I have applied for my first ever Swedish passport. So I received my Swedish citizenship yesterday. So yeah, I've been fingerprinted and photographed and my height was taken. And it was just all around pretty awesome. I mean, it wasn't awesome. I had to get up at 7 in the morning, which is about an hour earlier than I normally get up now with working from home, and also talk to people. And also, even though I was the first one there and the first one brave enough to go through the door, the computer I used to get my little ticket was broken, so I had to wait till everyone else had gone before I could go to the second computer. But you know, other than that, but yeah, pretty excited. So I'm now both Swedish and British. I now have both of them. So this is what I pulled out this evening to work on. It's Friday evening and it is the Ocean Friends, which is the Dimensions Gold Collection Petite from 1998. As you know, I love anything ocean themed and anything with animals, so this was a perfect fit for me. I did this for my mania start and I hadn't touched it since, but Morgan over on Instagram, Miss T and Stitches, she is working on the Rheolus octopus, which I also own and would love to start, but I felt like maybe one underwater scene was more than enough, so this is what I decided to work on finishing instead, or at least getting some decent progress. So I counted my way up to the top, I hope it's correct, and I've been working with blending filament and white up here, which is the big sun. Looks a lot bigger in real life than it does in the picture. And yes, so I will be working on this one top down as well, I think, because I did really enjoy working that way on my other Dimensions piece, which was Peaceful Stream. So yes, and of course, as you can see, I've already started back stitching down here. I find that really helps my motivation. But because this whole thing is just white up until about here, and then there's like some white half stitches, what I think I'm going to do is just kind of add a few stitches on the fish here and there as I get bored, or maybe do these black fish here just to help with counting, because the counting is the reason, like normally I would go left to right, but I've been going up and down because I can't trust myself to count this far. I also did a bit of an experiment here with the Kreinik. This is so shiny in real life. So they gave me in the kit blending filament 032 from Kreinik, and these stitches, these big ones up here, are 2 strands of white and 2 strands of Kreinik half stitches, which is why there's such good coverage on them. So in the middle here, you can kind of see from here to here, instead of doing all 4 in the needle at the same time, I did 2 white and then I did 2 Kreinik on top. It did give a more full coverage look to the stitches, and they are shinier, but they're not shinier enough to justify the annoyance of having to stitch with Kreinik and no thread to keep it under control. So probably won't be doing that again. I had heard that it was a really good tip to make both the stitches shinier and it more fun to stitch with. I did not find that. Maybe I'm just not made for Kreinik, but having the white thread there helped control the Kreinik a lot. And it also means I'm terrified because these stitches here are just Kreinik. But we'll see. It doesn't look too bad at the moment, so. You'd almost got a bit of sparkle there you go. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I probably won't work on this too much longer, but you never know with me. Finished my goal for the month on the Dimensions Peaceful Stream, so I do have a couple of days to play, which is, yeah, what we might be doing here in Turtle Land, Turtle and Dolphin Land, and Angelfish and Starfish. But yes, other than the fact that I've just been stitching like 3 lengths of white and Kreinik with no colours in between, I think I am enjoying this piece. I think I will enjoy it more when I'm done with the crown neck too, and have a bit more variety in the colours of stitches that I can choose to do. And that, my friends, is a wrap. So that is the last of the months that I needed to do. The only thing I changed here was I made the back stitching on the snowman orange instead of black for his little nose. Oh, and I changed the brown colour in the house. It is supposed to be 832. That's that colour here. But I ended up using 301 because I did not have any 832. But I just thought I would show you all of them together since I finished them all. So here is the end of the year, the last quarter. Oops. And here are the more summery months. Love this one. I think it would look better on a fabric that was slightly darker, so that the seagull would stand out a little bit more. And then some more summery months. They're all summery months, in May, April and June. You can see I didn't pop them on the same place in the perforated paper every time. That is because, that is because I will be cutting them out, I think, so it doesn't really matter. And sticking some felt on the back. And then finally we have the first ones I did, which I haven't seen actually since spring. We have January, February and March. So I stitched these on perforated paper, it's Mill Hill, and it was Violet Sky, so there is a little bit of variation here, which I tried to get in the right place for each of the designs. But yes, so now that I finished this, I've got a project bag back, which is always wonderful. But I also thought I might give away these charts. So they were a free gift in Cross Stitcher magazine, so they're not worth anything, don't get too excited. But if you would like to join me in stitching these and seeing them develop through the year, then just pop in your comment below calendar, and in about a month I will draw, and so in about 6 weeks I will announce a winner. If anyone wants it, maybe no one does, but it is just the charts, so just 12 charts there for you. No threads, no perforated paper, no fabric. Just the charts from Cross Stitcher. And you can order a material pack from Willow Fabrics if you're in the UK, but you can also just kit it up from Stash. And I'm happy to post that worldwide, but you do have to be 18 because for this one I'll need your shipping address, as they say in the States. But yes, so that is the year calendar. And I'm very excited to have it done, and I'm very excited to have a project bag back. Just quickly, this is where I am at with my ocean friends. So I have done pretty much just a lot of the sky. The light coming through the waves. But, oh, I think here, this very small little missing one, or possibly here, this one, that's the start of the purple weed coming up. It's coral, it's not a weed. So that'll be nice to have a little bit of change of pace, and then obviously some dolphins will come in. So that'll be nice as well. To see some actual non-sky at some point, non-background. It does stitch up very fast though, and it's so shiny. I know you're not getting it really in the video, but where it's sort of green, single strands, that's all shiny. Shiny. It's Monday morning today. So I decided to try out my Velke Potoky stand with my new Nudge plastic square hoop. And I know it's not on that's to show you, because obviously you apply pressure when you're stitching. This is to be my pressure. I'm not pushing on it at all. And you can see that it's tilting a little bit. And then if I start to stitch, so I'm just going to get my needle out and just push. Oh look, it's moving. And that's just with a needle. That's not even going through the fabric. So that's what I mean when I say that it's not really got the tension. But this plastic hoop is interesting. Has a sort of ridge on the inside to keep your fabric tight. I'm not sure what it's going to do to my stitches, so can't even show you. I'm a bit worried about this because obviously if it was a Q-snap I would have folded the fabric over. But it does give you a very wide working space, just like a Q-snap does, without having such thick sides. So if I tilt it like this, it doesn't fall by itself.